12:17 this afternoon. Lindsay Monroe is here as we step on into Wednesday.
Yes.
This week is moving right along. As you could see, it's still some humidity, although it doesn't feel like it felt yesterday.
Yes, dew points are certainly lower by about 5 to 10 degrees, depending on where you are in the state. So we're feeling that relief, even a little cool out there this morning. But that haze you see in the sky, that's coming in from some remnant wildfire smoke, basically across the northwestern U.S. It's drifting along the jet stream up into Canada, and then it's getting shifted back south into our area. So that's why it might look a little milky in the sky, and you might see more vibrant sunrises and sunsets. By the way, we are in the period where we see the full moon for this month. So that might look a little more reddish or pinkish to you as well because of some of this lofted smoke up in the atmosphere, but it is so high up that it's not mixing down, so we're not seeing any major impacts when it comes to our air quality. I do want to take a step out and show you where the most dense smoke in our atmosphere is right now. It's all the way out west, and it's riding along this ridge. That high pressure is developing, riding along that jet stream, kind of pushing it into our area. So you can see the worst air quality closest to the source of that smoke out in portions of Idaho across the northwestern tier of the country. Over the next 24 hours, we'll start to see some of that smokiness in the atmosphere recede a bit. So that is some good news as we go through our day on Thursday and then eventually into Friday. So no major impacts, just something you might notice up in the sky. In fact, we are looking outside of that kind of hazy atmosphere. Plenty of sunshine that will continue for the rest of the day today. 83 as we go through the 5 o'clock hour. That will be the forecast high today as we await the sun going down. And keep in mind tonight, the sun sets at 9 p.m. It's the last day that we have a 9 p.m. or later sunset. It's going to eventually be before the 9 o'clock hour starting tomorrow. So just a heads up there as the sun continues to go down a little bit earlier. 83 your forecast high in Indy, 81 in Shelbyville, and 83 in Columbus. There's your 9 p.m. sunset this evening as temperatures fall back out of the 80s and then into the 70s. We will eventually have a cooler overnight, many spots falling all the way back into the 50s. That's how we'll start the day on Thursday. And as far as that dew point temperature goes, staying in that comfortable zone. In fact, lower than that. It's going to feel very nice tomorrow morning with those cooler temperatures. So if you didn't make it out to Cold's Camp this morning, going to continue on tomorrow. Another day, we're waking up to some sunshine. Temperatures in the 60s to get the day started, and then warming back into the upper 70s already by noon tomorrow. Eventually tomorrow afternoon, we're going to be approaching the upper 80s around the Indy Metro and then elsewhere into the mid 80s for highs. Same deal as we get into Friday, although I wanted to point out this pocket of cooler air that's going to develop to our northwest on Friday. That's going to be near a low pressure zone that brings that elevated chance for showers and thunderstorms. For us, likely not going to impact us on Friday. As we get into Saturday, that pattern becomes more active. In fact, I think most of our day Friday, this takes us through 11 p.m., going to be dry. Showers, perhaps some isolated storms, move in during the overnight. By the time we wake up Saturday morning, going to be pretty saturated as the core of that low pressure will then sit in southern Indiana throughout the duration of the day on Saturday. So an early heads up for some of your weekend plans. Showers and thunderstorms possible. Low and severe threat. We'll keep an eye on that. 79 your high on Saturday. A few leftover showers mainly south on Sunday. We're back in the 80s for the first part of next week.